RANADE, Gandhi and Jinnah. Nine. Posterity is always interested in the last words and last regrets of great men. The last words of great men are not always significant of their experience of this world or their vision of the next. For instance, the last thoughts of Socrates were to call Crito and say, "We owe a cock to Aesculapius, discharge the debt, and by no means omit it." But their last regrets are always significant and worth pondering over. Take the case of Napoleon. Napoleon before his death at St. Helena showed evidence of being uneasy over 3 capital points which constituted his last regrets. They were, that he could not have died at some supreme moment of his career, that he left Egypt and gave up his eastern ambitions, and last but by no means the least his defeat at Waterloo. Had RANADE any supreme regrets? One thing is certain, that RANADE, if he had any, could not have the same regrets such as those which disturbed the peace of mind of Napoleon. RANADE lived for service and not for glory. It mattered very little to him whether the moment of his death was glorious or inglorious, or whether he died as a hero, as a conqueror or a master, or whether he died as a common man sometimes does of common cold. As a matter of fact, RANADE was not troubled by any regrets. So far as record goes, RANADE does not seem to be conscious of any act or event about which he had any regrets. He died a happy and a peaceful death. But it is worthwhile asking, could RANADE have any regrets if he came to life today? I am sure there is one matter over which he will feel extremely grieved, namely the present condition of the Liberal Party in India. What is the present position of the Liberal Party in India? The Liberal Party is a casualty. Indeed, this is a very mild expression. The Liberals are the contemptibles of Indian politics. To use the language of Norton used in another connection, they are disowned by the people, unhonored by the government, having the virtues of neither, but possessing the vices of both. There was a time when the Liberal Party was the rival of the Congress. Today the relation of the Liberal Party to the Congress is that of a dog to his master. Occasionally the dog barks at his master, but for the most part of his life he is content to follow him. What is the Liberal Party if not the tail of the Congress? Many are asking, why do not the Liberals merge in the Congress? So useless has their existence become. How can RANADE help not regretting the collapse of the Liberal Party? How can any Indian help regretting it? The collapse of the Liberal Party is a tragedy to the Liberals. But it is really a disaster to the country. The existence of a party is so essential to a popular government that it is impossible to conceive the possibility of getting on without it. As an eminent American historian says, it is easier to imagine the demolition of any part of our constitutional organization, the submersion of a large part of what the Constitution describes, than to imagine our getting on without political combinations. They are our vital institutions. Indeed, to attempt to govern a country by the mass of voters without the control and discipline of a party is, to use the language of James Bryce, like attempting to manage a railroad by the votes of uniformed shareholders, or to lay the course of a sailing ship by the votes of the passengers. It is undeniable that a party is an essential adjunct to popular government. But it is equally undeniable that the rule of a single party is fatal to popular government. In fact, it is a negation of popular government. The case of Germany and Italy furnish the most cogent evidence on this point. Instead of taking a warning from the totalitarian states, we are taking them as models. To copy. The one-party system is being hailed in this country in the name of national solidarity. Those who are doing so are failing to take note of the possibilities of tyranny as well as the possibilities of misdirection of public affairs which is inherent in the one-party government. To have popular government run by a single party is to let democracy become a mere form for despotism to play its part from behind it. How under one party government the tyranny of the majority ceases to be an empty phrase and becomes a menacing fact has been our experience in India under the Congress regime. Were we not told by Mr. Rajgopalacharya that the separation of the executive and the judiciary which was necessary under the British is no longer necessary? Does it not show the despot's taste for blood? Despotism does not cease to be despotism because it is elective. Nor does despotism become agreeable because the despots belong to our own kindred. To make it subject to election is no guarantee against despotism. The real guarantee against despotism is to confront it with the possibility of its dethronement, of its being laid low, of its being superseded by a rival party. Every government is liable to error of judgment, great many liable to bad administration and not a few to corruption, injustice and acts of oppression and bad faith. No government ought to be free from criticism. But who can criticize a government? Left to individuals it can never be done. Sir Toby has left behind advice as to how one should deal with one's enemy. He said, "Soon, so soon as ever thou tayest him, draw, and as thou drawest, swear horrible, but this is not possible for an individual who wants to stand up against a government. There are various things against individuals successfully playing that part. There is in the first place what Bryce calls the fatalism of the multitude, that tendency to acquiesce and submit due to the sense of insignificance of individual effort, the sense of helplessness arising from the belief that the affairs of men are swayed by large forces whose movements cannot be turned by individual effort. In the second place, there is possibility of the tyranny of the majority which often manifests in suppressing and subjecting to penalties and other social disabilities persons who do not follow the majority, of which some of us have good experience during the Congress regime. In the third place, there is the fear of the CID, the Gestapo and all the other instrumentalities which are at the disposal of the government to shadow its critics and to silence them.